Hello and good morning, everyone. Today we'll be discussing the occupational hazard of paraquat herbicide exposure in Malaysia's plantation sector. So, the plantation sector in Malaysia primarily dominated by oil palm industry, which is one of the largest sector that contribute to the Malaysian economy. So this sector employs a large workforce in challenging tropical conditions that heavily rely on chemical solution for a large-scale operation. So Paraquat was historically popular in this sector due to its low cost and high efficacy. So it became a standard tool for weed management in the oil palm industry, which helped to manage the labor costs on vast plantation. So paraquat is highly toxic and if swallowed can be fatal. However, the primary concern in the workplace is chronic poisoning from long-term exposure. So workers such as sprayer are at risk for this range of health issue, which is skin condition like rashes, irritation, respiratory problem from inhaling fine spray droplet, and even severe permanent damage. For example, from one of our case study, a former worker Aswari reported the loss of her fingernail due to prolonged exposure to this herbicide.
Thank you, Ili. Next, we explore key occupational hygiene concerns in high-risk sectors like agriculture and plantations. These include chemical exposure risks, inadequate personal protective equipment (PPE), and gaps in regulation and enforcement. Let's begin with how paraquat enters the body. One major route of chemical exposure is through skin contact. Workers often walk through vegetation that has been recently sprayed with pesticides or herbicides. The second common routes are inhalation. Fine droplets of paraquat can be inhaled, especially when the workers are close to the spray zone or during nozzle unblocking, and it increases exposure risk. Oral ingestion is less common but dangerous, can occur through contaminated hands, food, or water. The sentence in news said the effect of paraquat causes rashes, nosebleeds, and irritation of the skin, eyes, and reproductive organs. So let's continue to the second issue, which is inadequate personal protective equipment (PPE). Many workers lack access to essential PPE such as gloves, respirators, goggles, and protective clothing. Even when PPE is available, improper use or poor maintenance like damaged fitters or worn out gloves can significantly reduce its effectiveness, leaving workers vulnerable to chemical hazards. The rejection of protective kits clearly shows that the workers do not care about the consequences of their health. So the last one is about regulatory and enforcement gaps. While certain hazardous substances may be banned, enforcement is often weak. Loopholes in policy or lack of oversight can allow continued use. Additionally, workers may be informed about which chemicals are prohibited, leading to unintentional exposure to banned substances still in circulation. This is the summary about the occupational hygiene issues. That all from me, and I pass to the next presenter.
Today, I will briefly explain about the key control measure for paraquat. The triangle beside this is a hierarchy of control to use to determine the control measure. First, based on the regulatory and policy measure, many countries, over 67 worldwide including Malaysia in 2020, have banned paraquat due to its several health risks. Second, paraquat can be replaced with a safer alternative such as glufosinate ammonium glyphosate, diquat, and several other modern herbicides that reduce toxicity risk while still being effective. Lastly, when handling herbicide, proper PPE is essential. This include respirator to prevent inhalation and protective gear like glove, boots, and safety glasses or face shield to prevent skin and dye exposure. In summary, by enforcing regulation, using safer substitute, and wearing appropriate PPE, we can significantly reduce the danger associated with paraquat. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.